Kia ora, a very unsettled story across New Zealand as we head through Wednesday and Thursday, even into Friday for these southern areas of the country. The satellite picture as it stands shows a fair covering of cloud across the country, but it's this area out towards the far west of New Zealand which is driving the weather across us. You can see this swirl in the cloud, an area of low pressure there, driving wet weather west to east across New Zealand, with many spots already having severe weather watches and warnings. The risk of some thunderstorms through the night time across those northern parts of the country, and some stronger winds across the Bay of Plenty, and adding some snowfall down in the south as well. We've got plenty to talk about in this severe weather update. Let's start off by looking at that wet weather. You can see these areas of low pressure bringing that rainfall in towards the western side of the South Island through the daytime. Some snowfall through the higher parts of central Otago, particularly above about 800 metres through there. And the rain and thunderstorms spread across the likes of Northland, Auckland, Coromandel as we head through the night time into the Bay of Plenty for the first part of Thursday, taking its time to clear away from those northern areas and then wrapping background in towards places like Dunedin and the eastern parts of Otago as we head through Thursday and Friday. So I think all of us get a chance of seeing some rainfall over the next few days. These accumulated charts show where that rain piles in over the next 48 hours or so. You can see plenty of wet weather across the country. The blue colours showing the heavier rainfall, and particularly about the tops of, say, the western ranges up in towards the likes of, say, Western. Those red colours really highlighting the wettest areas. Up on the North Island, with that rainfall moving across from the west tonight, you can find plenty of heavy rain through parts of Northland, even down towards parts of Auckland. You have got that risk of some downpours through there. Taking its time, clear away from the eastern Bay of Plenty, some higher amounts of rainfall across those eastern areas, east of Whakatane and north of Rotorua on the other side of the hills. And for the South Island, plenty of rain warnings already in place for places like Westland, also up towards the ranges of the Tasman district, west of about Motueka, and also those areas of, say, the Richmond Bryant ranges and also the Rye Valley. You'll also notice a fair bit of rainfall on this eastern side. Now that's really an issue, I think, for later on Wednesday through to Thursday and Friday. Already incredibly wet soils through parts of Southland and Otago, so well worth keeping an eye on the forecast for you as well. So, comes as no surprise, we've got plenty of severe weather warnings in place, both in terms of rainfall and also some severe weather watches as well. We've got some snow watches through parts of central Otago. Now that snow is above 800 metres. But that's still enough to impact some of those higher roads. So places like the Haas Pass, like Linders Pass, Crown Range Road, Milford Road could find some snow for about the tops of the roads for you, so take extra care, extra caution on the roads as well. You can see we've got heavy rainfall through Westland, those ranges across the top of the South Island, Mount Taranaki, Taranaki Monga, and also we've upgraded that rainfall warning up through the eastern parts of the Bay of Plenty in those northern areas of Tairafti as we go through in towards Wednesday, in towards Thursday and Friday. So there's plenty happening there. We've also got, for this afternoon, evening and in towards tomorrow, some thunderstorm watches across the northern parts of the country for Northland, Auckland, the Coromandel, the Bay of Plenty. These areas from, say, Auckland northwards really through the evening time and overnight tonight for the Coromandel and into the Bay of Plenty as we head into those early hours of Thursday morning. And not to be outdone yet, we've also got a strong wind watch up through the Bay of Plenty, again as those winds pick up as we head through the evening time, places like the Coromandel and Great Barrier Island, and for the Bay of Plenty itself as we head in towards those early hours of Thursday morning. So plenty happening. If you want the information for your local area, head along to the Metso's website. We'll be updating that throughout the daytime with all the latest forecast information, and so it's a great place to head to. A quick look though at what's happening across the country. We'll start off down south. That rain already pushing in towards Westland through there, heaviest up about the ranges of Western, but you can see as well we have got these rainfall watches for parts of, say, Southland as that rain runs across us this morning, and also in towards the likes of, say, the eastern parts of Otago. Now this rain is likely to be, so that rain arrives on Thursday. There's a pulse of rain that runs through you today, but the heaviest rain is probably that easterly that pushes through later on, and the snow watch as we head through the rest of today for Wednesday. Moving northwards, you can see we've also got that heavy rain watch through Buller and Grey, with that rain pushing on across us as we head through the rest of the daytime on Wednesday. And we have warnings as well for those areas northwest of Motueka as we go through into about 3 a.m. on Thursday, and in towards the early hours of the morning for those ranges out on that border between Nelson and Marlborough. Also for Taranaki Mongat, with that heavy rainfall there. Rainfall totals up to around about 100 millimetres of rainfall, not out of the question, possibly even a little bit more for some of those higher parts of the South Island. We've also upgraded that warning in the far north there, or in the far north, in those northern areas there, for the likes of, say, the eastern parts of the Bay of Plenty, east of Whakatane, and also those northern parts of Tairāwhiti, north of Ruatoria, as we go through Wednesday and in towards that first part of Thursday. That front just taking its time to clear through there. You can see that runs through from, say, midnight tonight, Wednesday into Thursday, and through till 6 p.m. on Thursday. But that rain just taking its time to clear away from that eastern side. We've also got those thunderstorm watches as that band of wet weather moves across from the west, from, say, Northland in towards Auckland through the evening time. Overnight tonight, the risk of some thunder, but also some really intense bursts of rainfall there, and that's something to watch out for. Could be some localised surface flooding as we head through the night time there, and also in towards the likes of, say, the Coromandel, Bay of Plenty, with that wet weather arriving with you tomorrow. And finally, not to finish just there yet, we've got those stronger winds picking up, those northerlies increasing as we head through the evening time overnight through Northland and Auckland. Strongest though around the Bay of Plenty in towards the likes of Rotorua and the Coromandel. So we have also got a strong wind watch there. You can see picking up those winds from, say, the Coromandel and the Great Barrier Island from about 11 p.m. on Wednesday, and for those areas that's through towards the Bay of Plenty from the early hours of Thursday morning. So plenty happening as we go through the next couple of days. Everyone, I think, will find a bit of rainfall, but some really heavy bursts as well to watch out for. Some stronger winds, the risk of some thunderstorms, and that snow down south. There's plenty of weather happening across the country. So please head along to the Met Service website for all the latest information. And as always, you can find all of that at metservice.com.